I forgot to hit record. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys. For those of you that are just tuning in on just recording, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about changing up the schedule a little bit. So let me see if I can. Hold on. I can't find where I'm going here. You can see what I've been looking at all over the place. Wait. That's not it either. All right. All right, let me move you over here. I've got the December calendar that I'm going to pull up for you guys. And then I'm working on this in the January one. So we start our vacation, Court of Force week 3 runs through the 18th. And then we announce our winner. And then vacation starts on the 19th through kind of the 26th, I guess. And then we start inviting for the 3-day refresh. I'm going to start inviting on the 22nd because the 3-day refresh is something they have to order. It's not just the free group where you kind of up the ante and they can do a prep over the weekend. They're going to have time to get it in. So this 22nd would be enough time to get it delivered in time for them to start on the 2nd of January. So I would probably just be talking it up as you go through. When we end Court of Force, there's going to be really, you can post your workouts, you can post your food, you can post recipes and all that good stuff, but we're not going to be talking about a lot of stuff because you're not going to be inviting to a new group or anything until the next month. So we can do the invite to the refresh, the 3-day refresh, and just start talking about that. Talk about you can share some of the recipes for those of you guys that have done it before. If you haven't done it before and you need me to kind of tell you a little bit about it, I can totally do that. Or you can go on the BB link and it tells you a really good description of it. So I think that'll be really good. So we're going to have that break. And then we're going to start the refresh. So the next month we just start over again like we did here in November. So we're going to have that free group the first week in January, and then we'll start inviting to the next challenge. We'll start pre-week of the next challenge towards the end of the month and run through, and then we'll have another free group invite, everything else. So I'm going to post the December and January calendars within the next 2 days to get you guys where you need to be and kind of planning your posts and things like that. I do think that you guys, what you were talking about, so one of the big things for me is that this happened to me last year too, because holidays are really big for me, and like being with family, and it like makes me think about family and friends and like everything else. And so I had to kind of evaluate, where I wanted to go with this and what I wanted to do with it. And so I made some lofty goals, and I met one of them because I became a diamond coach. And I'm setting more goals for next year. Right now is really hard. I had a conversation with Cassie the other day, and she's like, I don't even know where I'm going with this, or like where I want to be, how I want to do this business, things like that. All of us are in this evaluation period, and right now is a good time to do it because things slow down dramatically right now. And it happens every single year, and it happens whether you are a beginner coach, an emerald coach, a 15-star diamond. Like this time of year throughout the ages, people don't want to focus on their health. They don't want to focus on healthy eating. They don't want to focus on exercise. Like even I, who know that it's better for me and my health, like have been completely complacent about it in the last couple of weeks because I've been so stressed with other things in my life. And that's how everybody gets around the holidays, is that not only is it a joyous time, it's also a stressful time for a lot of people. So like, I think the biggest thing that we have to realize is that they have the vital behaviors for a reason. And it sounds super kooky and super stupid, and I can't even believe it's coming out of my mouth. But to me, I was talking to a girlfriend today when I was at lunch, and she's like, I realized when you started blogging about what's going on with you, that this isn't about Beachbody, and it isn't about getting people to join you, and isn't about like whatever. She's like, for you, it's your vitality. She's like, something changed in you when you started doing this, and you started changing people by being inspiring and by sharing who you really are. And she's like, it opened a complete door for you to like show people your heart. She's like, this is all about your vitality. So for me, like, it's a no-brainer. When I'm not doing the things that I'm supposed to here, and I'm not doing the vital behaviors, which 3 of the vital behaviors have nothing to do with anybody but you. Like, you have to drink your shake, you have to exercise, and you have to do personal development. All 3 of those things are going to do nothing but help you in the long run. And so, and none of those things are really difficult to do. They're just as easily not done. But I forget a lot of the times that like I need to put the focus on me first. And here lately, I've been putting the focus on how many people are liking my posts, how many people are checking my social media, how many people are responding to my invites, how many people are checking into the challenge groups. And truly, it has nothing to do with that. And because I've been so focused on that, I'm letting myself slide. And I'm becoming complacent, and I am suffering health-wise for it. It's obvious to me that the things that I'm experiencing physically, yes, I have a lot of external stressors, but if I was focused on the 3 things that I was doing religiously for myself, I probably wouldn't have gotten myself into this little hairy situation that I'm in. So I just wanted to share with you guys that it's really important that you keep focusing on why you started this in the first place, and not coaching. Like, really has nothing to do with coaching. I want you to go back to remembering just what it was to start the challenge, because that is why we're all here. Like, we had something that we needed that wasn't happening. And so for me, I sometimes lose sight of that, and I'm like, go, 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 recruit, have people, success club, and like all the noise that surrounds all of that. And the fact that right now is a like crazy time of year to get people involved in that type of thing tends to drown out all of the focus that I had for myself. And so that's a cool picture, Amanda. So I think that that's the biggest thing for me, is that I just wanted to remind you guys that like, you're important too. And I know that you're out there and you're trying to help other people, and it gets frustrating when you feel like you're batting 1,000 and like people, you're getting a million no's, or you don't feel like you're doing enough, or you don't feel like you're talking to enough people. We're all having those feelings. Like Cassie came, she texted me the other day, and she's like, I don't think I'm going to make Success Club for the first time in over a year. And so that's painful and it's hard, but it's also, you can only do so much. And you can't control other people. All you can do is control your behavior. And if you are consistent and you're doing this and you feel like $1 million, it's going to shine through in everything you do. But it's obvious. I've had so many people reach out to me behind the scenes here lately, and they're like, I know that you must be sick because I haven't been seeing you post. And it's totally true. Like, they can read right through. I can put up 100 inspirational texts or, messages, but they're going to see right through it if I'm struggling. So just make sure that during this period of time that you're focusing on stuff, that's for yourself. And also enjoy your holidays. Like, I really am excited to have this break. I think that all of us have been working really hard. And even if you're not, recruiting 100 people a month or doing whatever you're doing, if you're not helping 100 people, you're still checking into these groups every day. You're still showing up. You're still doing these workouts, and you're working hard every single day. So everybody that works in any industry gets a vacation. So you guys need a vacation. So enjoy the holidays and don't feel like, you know, we're not taking this break because everybody's frustrated and they like need to take the time off. We're taking it so that we can enjoy our families and enjoy our time and not have this in the back of our mind as another thing that's on the to-do list. So I hope that, you know, that agrees with everybody and that you guys are down with that. So that was pretty much all I wanted to say is I just want you guys to I wanted to give you a little pep talk and just explain to you why I kind of disappear. I'm one of those people that if I don't feel well, I have a really hard time reaching out. I have a really hard time, as public as I am about talking about the struggles that I face. When I'm in it, it's really hard for me to talk about it or ask for help or, you know, whatever. I just I become a hermit. So if I disappear, that's why. But I'm always back. I'm going to come right back. So, I don't know. If you guys have anything, do you guys have anything you want to add to that or any questions?
No, I think that's a really good point as far as getting back to, you know, why we even started challenge and focusing on that.
Yeah.
Because I find myself doing that too. How many lights do I have? All this stuff. And I've sort of gotten really discouraged by that.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, honestly, I kind of feel oh, is this really something for me? Is this something that I want to do? Is this something I want to continue with? But regardless of whether or not I decided I'm going to stick with the coaching because there's no way I'm ever going to give up working out and there's no way I'm ever going to give up Shakeology. So why would I?
Yeah.
Coaching. And I just think if I continue doing those two things, then eventually the other will follow.
The other comes. Yeah. I've been that's one of the reasons I'm talking to you guys about this is that I figure if I'm having these feelings, you know, I've had the same thing. I'm should I keep doing this? Is this really because it adds stress as well as help some of the time. But for the predominant amount of time, I feel it's really beneficial, you know? And like you, I'm not going to give up the things I'm doing for my health. So, you know, I don't have to be an elite coach right now. I just need to keep motoring through and doing what I'm doing. And if I share and it helps anybody, you know, I think the biggest thing, and I've talked to my lead coach quite a bit here lately about this, is that I want to help people no matter what that entails, you know? So it's if people don't want to do the whole package or anything, even though I know it's going to be the best for them and that it's actually it works better than anything else, I really even if I just give somebody a meal plan and they follow it, or, you know, somebody the other day was just you know what, I've had depression my entire life and I read your blog post and she's I just felt you were talking to me. You know, I felt I had those feelings and I thought I was so alone, but when you said you had them too, I never would have imagined that you were a person that dealt with that. And so I think in a lot of ways when we're sharing this stuff, even though we feel kind of hokey sometimes, showing our meal plans or showing stuff that we're struggling with, the fact that people can identify with us and even on a superficial level, you know, if you as a mom, Jess, you get up at the crack of dawn and you're out the door and you're doing 75 million things. There are so many people out there that are doing the same thing and they see you getting up at 4:30 to get your workout in and they're well, hell, you know, she can do it. I can do it. That's what inspires people. It's not that we're some superheroes or whatever. It's the fact that we are normal people. And when we share, other normal people are well, I guess I can do it too. You know, that's one of the reasons to be vulnerable, but it's hard to do that. And it makes you feel, like you said, it's discouraging when you share those intimate things or you're sharing things that you feel are inspiring and people, you know, there's crickets. So that's what I mean. And I'm hoping that that's the message that you guys are receiving, is just that we have to do this for ourselves more than anything else. we have to remember that it's good for us and good for our families, and we're better people because of it. And then the rest of it will fall into play, and we won't care as much if we're doing it for the right reasons. So
well, thank you.
yeah, I hope that makes sense. And I hope that, like, I know that you guys have to feel a little bit discouraged, and I know that it's a tough time financially and a tough time just mentally with everything. So I'm hoping that, you know, we can kind of revamp in the new year. I want you guys to be consistent with what you're doing. I don't want you to feel like you're overworking yourselves and stuff like that, but don't just drop off the map. Even, you know, even when you're on vacation and things like that, if you're doing your workouts and stuff, still post and, you know, post your healthy recipes and stuff like that, because at the beginning of the year, people are either going to join the gym to get off the couch, or they're going to see what you're doing and they're going to come and be like, you know what, I don't want to take, you know, my extra 20 pounds to the gym. I want to stay at home so that I can feel better. And so if you're not consistent and you're not showing that you're doing it through this time, then people are going to go to the gym. But if they see you being consistent with your own, we don't even have to, the fact that you're not inviting the challenge and things like that won't matter. It's just the fact that they're going to see that you're doing it and you're consistent with it. So that's what I want to encourage you to do. You guys have any questions or anything to add to that? Jess, thank you for what you said, because I feel like a lot of people are feeling that way. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to have the call and just talk about it a little bit.
No, that's good. So is it like this, you think, for the top leaders too?
Oh, it's terrible. I just talked to Marissa. Hold on one second. Babe, I just flipped the chicken over and everything. I think it should be close to ready if you want to pull it out. I just talked to Marissa a couple days ago, and she's kind of in a similar spot that I am for right now. She's buying a house, and she is doing, she's doing the master trainer stuff. But she said, she's like, she's got thousands and thousands of followers on her Facebook and like Instagram and all these other accounts. And she's like more religious about posting than anyone I've ever seen, and does videos all the time, live videos and stuff. And she said it's crickets. So, and it happens every year. And that's why, like, I'm on a diamond leadership call every week, and they're all like saying the same things. And they actually said to me last week what I'm saying to you about, you have to get back to basics. And like, I even put a post up this morning about, you know, I'm eating like oatmeal and berries again after the holidays and stuff. And like, everything goes back to basics. Like, we get so wrapped up in everything else that's going on that we forget, like, oh, I'm doing this because I enjoy it and it's something that helps me be me, you know, like. And I think that that's the number one thing that we have to do, especially during times like this when we are frustrated with other elements of it, is just focus on that part, stay consistent, even though, you know, it's the same thing as if you do something great at home and you want your husband to come home and be like, oh my God, honey, you did this amazing whatever thing. And he comes in and he's kind of like, oh, okay. You know, it's like, you think that you're the shit. And then he comes home and he's like, oh, that's awesome. Where, you know, whatever. It's not that you're not doing the right things or that he doesn't appreciate it or that he's not noticing it. It's just the fact that he's not reacting the way that you expect him to. And that's kind of what's going on is, you know, I still have people at parties, at holiday parties and stuff coming up to me and being like, I'm following your posts, like, keep doing what you're doing. Like, you know, so I am getting that kind of feedback, but it's like, we have to get to a point where we're running this, whether we're getting that pat on the back and that reassurance or not, because people are watching, whether they're following you or they're clicking like or they're commenting or whatever. People watch what you're doing and eventually they'll come out of the woodwork.
Like Trump supporters.
So, what?
Like Trump supporters.
Shut up. We're not speaking anymore tonight after that comment. Anyways, yeah. So you just have to keep plugging away and doing your own thing and just stay consistent. You know, we're all doing the best that we can, and just don't beat yourself up too much. Like, you know, it's a hard time, and it's a hard time for everybody, even the elite. So Not that we're not elite, but you know what I mean? Like we just have to keep going. And, you know, if after the first of the year, like last January, I was like, oh, I'm going to just blaze a trail. And it took until about February or March for people to really get on the bandwagon. So, you know, we're going to do our best to keep people motivated and get people involved, but it might not be, you know, like we're firing ourselves out of a cannon in January either. So we just have to stay consistent with our own goals.
Do you remember, it might have been in September, you started talking to us as coaches about coming up with our big goals and our little goals.
Mm-hmm.
We never had you and I never had a conversation. Do you want to do that again and maybe just come up with a plan for the year?
I think I'd like to do that with you guys quarterly, because I think all of our goals change as our life changes. And, you know, so I think that it would be good for us to do a call again in January. I know I talked a little bit, Candace, you and I talked a little tiny bit. You wrote a huge list, and we went over some of it. And Amanda and I talked to Mimi and Cassandra. So like most of you have done one. I would love to do one with you. And I think the beginning of the year would be really great. So let's plan for that in January. And just kind of see where you want to be, and kind of, like I said, we can kind of retrograde our plan, so we can, you know, start at your goal and then make a plan to get you there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. All right, guys, do you have any questions for me? All right, I am going to show you Google Keep really fast. And I'm recording the call, so if you get tripped up a little bit, I recorded this, and then all of a sudden I realized that I recorded it on the same Zoom app, and then I realized that the sound didn't work. So I'm going to go ahead and show you here, and hopefully it'll work. All right, so in order for you to use Keep, you have to have a Google account. So I'm just going to go here, and I'm going to show you. It works best with Google Chrome, so it'll ask you to install the Google Chrome extension. So I always use Chrome for everything that I do. I just think it's a better server. But if you don't typically, then you're going to want to use it for Google Keep. When you load it into your Google account, you're going to see this little light bulb over here. And I'm going to show you how to do all this. But you're going to see the light bulb. When I click the light bulb, it'll say I have to sign in. So let me see if I can sign in from here. Bluetooth. I don't know if it's going to let me in. If I hit go to Keep, it'll open a new window, and then it goes to this screen. So it's going to show you kind of a little bit of everything. So when you get in, I'm going to show you how to do all this, but you can set up little labels and tabs. You can give yourself notes and reminders. You can do your schedule. Like I had my power hour noted out here for like a few days at a time, so that I can check everything off when I'm doing that. Like I go into, let's see.
Nasia.
Yeah.
All I see is a build screen. Is that what I'm supposed to see?
Nope.
Okay. Because I'm like thoroughly confused. I see sales tax and...
Hold on.
Okay.
Thank you. Hold on.
Now I see thank you.
I know. I'm showing you my phone. Where'd it go? Huh. Where are you? Let's see if it's gonna. Hold on just a sec. I gotta figure this out real quick. I might have to record this again. I'm just going to show you. Do you see? What do
Get
you?
out, please.
What do you see now?
Looks like fitness, and there's a search bar, and blogs, and calls, and
That's it.
okay.
So let me go back here. So when you sign into your email, wherever that is, you'll have entered this Google Keep. You're going to enter it into the Chrome extension, and it will add it to your taskbar. I'll show you how to do that. So when you click it, it'll say go to Keep. When you click go to Keep, it's going to take you to your Google Keep. So this is what Google Keep looks like. Can you see it now?
I see you.
You do. All right. What about now?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is Google Keep. So you can create notes for yourself. Like this is talking about our mortgage and everything else. Like you can set a reminder for yourself and put a timer on it. You can make a bullet list. You can put your grocery list on here. If I find something that I think is funny, or that I see and I want to tag it, you can post it here so that you can go back to it. And so if I'm looking for anything that, to do a post for the day, I can do it here. I put blog ideas in here, things that I want to write about. Household tips and tricks, mommy hacks, anything that I think I want to share with people, I can put in here and I can post. I put recipes in so that I can share these with people on Facebook. So everything that I'm putting on here predominantly right now is for Instagram or Facebook ideas so that I can have kind of a bank of ideas. So, and the goal is to ultimately have enough that I can go through and I can use Buffer or a different posting system and do my entire month of posts if I wanted to from all of these inspiring things. The way that you set this up is, let's see if I can sign out of my account. All right. So I'm going to go to I'm going to sign out of the account that I have Keep on, and I'm going to try to do it from an account that I haven't set it up in to see. I think it's in that one, so no. Oh, good God. This is going to be painful. Oh, gosh. All right, here. Let's see.
So is this kind of like a poster board for you to like sort of organize your thoughts? And
it's like a Pinterest.
Yeah.
So it's like a Pinterest for your Gmail account. So you have to have a Gmail account in order to do it. If you go in to this screen, you'll see this little checkerboard. at the top of your Gmail. If you go down, you can keep scrolling, and you get even more from Google. And it's going to take you to this screen where it says Google Web, Business, all that stuff. You're going to go all the way down. You'll see Google Keep here. Okay. Click on Google Keep, and it's save your thoughts wherever you are. So the good thing about this is that you can put the app on your phone as well, and it'll toggle back and forth from your phone and your computer. So because I have Chrome, you can do it on an Android, you could do it on your iOS, which is your iPhone, or you can do it for Chrome, which is what I want to do. So I just clicked on the Google Chrome app, and then I'm going to hit Launch App. And it's going to give me the Google Keep thing. So it's showing up here as if it's already loaded all of my material, because all of my Google accounts are linked. When you pop it up, it's going to be blank. You're not going to have any of these things on the side. But all you do is click on it. And you can click on this little thing. It says Create New Label. So you just click on that, and then you can make as many things as you want. So I can make house plans. And I click return, and it automatically sends me to another one. And then I can put Christmas gifts. And then what else can I do? Elf on a shelf ideas, whatever you want to do. You can make as many of these or as little of these as you want. And then when you click done, and go to this main menu, everything that you add is going to be over here on this side, okay? So when I go to Elf on a Shelf ideas, I've got nothing there, right? So when I go over here, so Google Keep here, when you launch the app, let's see it. Did it do it? It didn't do it. So when you click out of that where it had you add the app, you're going to see here that it gives you an add to Chrome. When you click that, that's not what I wanted. Good grief. When I recorded this before, it went so smoothly, and now that you're here in live, this is sucking hardcore. Go away, go away, go away. It'll say, oh my Lord. Super impressive right now. Go away. All right. When you go back in, oh man. Starting over. All right, I'm going to try to reload this. But when you go back in to Chrome, you're gonna end up, it'll ask you if you want to add the extension to Chrome. And if you click yes, then you can add that extension, and then it pops that little light bulb up on your toolbar. So I'll show you again here. It'll put this there. So okay, so yours is going to say add to Chrome. When you see Google Keep, it'll ask you if you want to add the extension, and you'll click add to Chrome, and then it'll add this little light bulb up here. Okay, and then when you click on that light bulb, it's going to give you options, and then you're going to hit go to keep, and it's going to take you to your own keep. All right, and I'm just going to choose the one that I always use. Oh my God. All right, so the way that you post on here, so I don't have anything in my elf on a shelf ideas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a new window and I'm going to put elf on a shelf ideas. And you can Google whatever you want to, or you can go to Pinterest and find things and whatever. So I'm going to go here. So when you find something that you like, which there is like so many of these, then if you right click on it, it's going to have this option where you can save to Google Chrome, or you can save it to keep. So you go down to the light bulb down here, and then you can save the current page, or you can save the image. If you go to just the image itself, when you click it, it's going to automatically have the save image to keep. So if you're in that Google screen where it's like a million things, it's going to take you to a different, you're going to have to go over to this extension thing. But if you're on this specific picture, it's automatically going to just save the image. So if you want to save the information that's with it, you're going to want to save it the other way, or go to the actual page that it's on. So this is from BuzzFeed. So you can save this entire BuzzFeed article if you want to by just right-clicking and click Save to Keep. And it'll come up here, and you can take a note. You can title it and say, BuzzFeed Elf on a Shelf. And then you can write which one you like the best. So like the sack race, Elf on a Shelf, whatever you're doing. And then if you have your labels and everything, you click the label, and then you can put Elf on a Shelf ideas, and then it's done. So you click it and save it, open it in the Keep, and it's there on your BuzzFeed. Has shown up. So the way that you can see if it's really there, it'll be in your, you can do this in list form, and it'll look like kind of a blog style, or you can do it in this format, which I prefer because then you can see a lot more of your posts at the same time. And then if you want to make sure that it's saved to the right place, you just go to the label that you saved it under, and it should be there. Okay. You can do this with images that you've saved in your own pictures in your computer or on your phone. I'm going to do one. Let's see if I can do one for my phone, and then you can see how quickly it'll upload from there, and then I'll let you guys go. So I'm going to stop this share so I can just show you here. So on my phone, it's just this little tiny light bulb thing again. So when I go on here, it'll have me sign in. And then all right, so it'll have all of the same things that you saw on the other screen. So if I want to save something from my phone, I can go to this little picture app on the side. I'll hit that, choose an image, and then, so I cooked an awesome dinner tonight, the 1-pan bake. So I'm going to save that, and I'm going to put 1-pan bake. And XYZ, whatever. I'm going to share my screen again with you so you can see when this comes through. All right, I'm going to try to tag it. Let's see if I can tag it. So I'm going to go back to my big feed. All right. So it just came through my 1-pan bake, and I don't know why the picture didn't show up, but when I go down to recipes, it's there. Okay.
How do you then take that and if you wanted to post it on Facebook?
So the way that I always do it is I sometimes make a copy, or if, say, I'm posting this recipe or whatever, I usually will just click on it and then I'll either copy the image or save the image as, or I'll open it in a new tab or whatever I need to do. And then when I go to Facebook, let me open it here. You guys can still see my screen, right?
Yep.
So typically what I'll do is I'll go in. I like to just save the image, and I'll just write it. I'll save it in my Dropbox or whatever in case I want to use it again, but I'll put banana bread. And then when I go to Facebook, I can just add the photo or video. And then I'll go back in here. So this time, if you click on this, you can get the entire ingredient list, or I just go, typically I'll cut and paste whatever ingredients that I want to do. And then I'll just come here and I'll cut it and paste it here. And then say whatever I want to about it, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll give photo and recipe credits, whatever I need to do there, just to make sure whoever did it gets the credit. And if it's me, of course, you don't need to do that. But so I just do that, and then you just hit post and tag whatever you need to in it, or hashtag whatever you want to, and then post it. So I'm hoping that eventually they will get to a point where when you click on it, you can share it easily, just like you do on Instagram or anything like that, but they have not done that yet. So you do have to kind of cut and paste some things to get it to post. But I think just having your ideas all in one spot for me has been really helpful. So the other thing that is really helpful is that once you use it, you can hit this archive button and it will send it down into your archive, so you know that you've used it in the past, and that way you still have it. It'll save it for you, but you'll have an archive folder so that you know what you've used and what is fresh. So you can click on your archives and you can see all of the stuff, you know, that you've used recently or whatever. So that's how you use it. You can use this, I use it for my personal stuff as well as my business stuff, because there's always things, it'll pop up a reminder on my phone or on my computer and be like, hey, you need to go to your dental appointment, or you need to go to your whatever. So you can use this, for business and for your own stuff. So, I think that's it. Do you guys have questions on it or anything? It didn't go as smoothly as I'd hoped, but I might re-record a quick little tutorial because it went a lot easier on the other video. We just didn't have any sound. So you guys think that would be a useful thing for you guys?
I think so.
Yeah.
Like right now, what I do is I go basically through Google and I just will look up like inspiration.
I guess I want to know what you think it does for you that you wouldn't get from Pinterest, unless it's just like, for me, I use Pinterest a lot, but then I also find Pinterest sometimes difficult. So maybe this is easier to deal with than Pinterest.
Yeah, I had a hard time copying the photos or saving the photos from Pinterest.
I lost you, I think.
Uh-oh. I think our connection is a little delayed. Oh, I lost her. I'm just going to record it here and then I'll text her. I had a hard time with Pinterest getting things. Hey,
there you are.
Okay. I had a hard time with Pinterest because I couldn't get the images to load. I couldn't see the images really easily and copying was hard. So I found that if I save the Google Keep, number one, it's all in one place. Because I find a lot of stuff on Pinterest that I had difficulty sharing. I could share it from Keep a lot easier.
Okay.
But like I said, until you want to do a button or something, it is kind of a pain to cut and paste and do the whole thing. But I found it a lot easier than Pinterest.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, guys. Do you guys have any questions for me?
I do.
Okay.
All right. So, 2 weeks ago, you and I talked because I thought I was excited. I thought I had a challenge pack on the hook.
Yep.
And so I sent her the link on the 17th. I've been watching it. I have messaged her. I messaged her once, like, I want to say it was like 2 days later because she hadn't done anything with it. And I was like, hey, I just wanted to double check and see if you had an issue or anything with your link. I like to make sure that my clients get through with it okay and that they don't have any problems. And she's like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot. I'm going to do it this evening when I get home.
Yeah.
Well, fast forward to today. I just checked, because I have literally checked every single day, probably a couple times a day, because it's been forever since I've sold a challenge pack. So I'm kind of like waiting to get out my alcohol and cheer to it.
Yeah.
But so as of yesterday, so I just looked while I was on the phone with you because I wanted to talk about it. Now she has started it, but it was yesterday. So I didn't check it yet today. And so when I just checked it, I was about to do a flip. But now we're to another stage. Like, she started it, but she has not finished it. Now my concern is tomorrow's the last day of the month. Yeah. And so I'm sure that Core de Force will stay on promotion. I don't know that the free shipping will. But I feel like I want to send her another message, but what is that message? Like, what should I say now? Because I've already used the, hey, I just want to check on you. And she was receptive to that, but then she didn't do anything. So I was like, well, maybe she's just kind of stalling.
So the fact that she opened it recently shows that she's still interested. And I would just message her tomorrow and say, I just want to let you know that today's the last day for free shipping promotion. I just wanted to make sure if you truly were interested that you knew that. And just tell her it doesn't matter to me either way. You can order it now or order it later, whatever works for you. But I just want you to know that you might miss out on it. So
yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think, I looked today to see if there was anything on the wall, on the Diamond Connection group or whatever. Sometimes they'll post the promotion earlier.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen anything about the December promotion. So I would just, as a friendly reminder, that's a very valid point that you don't know if it's going to be on promotion and your shipping might be charged. So
right.
I don't think that would seem pushy at all. And just let her know it doesn't matter to you either way. You just wanted to let her know that, it's coming to an end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm glad she opened it because at least
I'm glad she opened it because I was like, as of yesterday, I had no next step. Like, I've already sent her the, hey, just wanted to check on you to see if your link opened okay. Now what? If she says, okay, yeah, I forgot I'm going to do it this evening, and then 2 weeks later she still hasn't done it, it just kind of tells me that maybe she doesn't want to do it.
Yeah. You have every right though. Like, seriously, they always say the fortune's in the follow-up. And if you have somebody that's like that, it might be uncomfortable to follow up, but you have to check in on them because for a lot of people, like I said, they're super busy this time of year and they're not making themselves a priority. And so it can slip people's mind. And like, I've had people forget and then 2 weeks later be like, oh my God, I'm glad you called. I just, whatever. Or some people they've already done it. So, don't feel bad. And just, it's not like, I don't know. I was talking to my girlfriend today and I was like, it's not like we're selling crack, it's not like, hey, I really need a,
although that might sell better sometimes. I don't know.
It might. But, just, I would reach out again and I wouldn't have a second thought about that. I think she probably, it's not at the top of her list. So, but it will be if she's going to have to pay more for it.
Yeah. Well, and I know that she's like super busy. She is my photographer. So she does that on the side. She's also an x-ray tech at the hospital and she has a newborn baby at home. Yeah. So I know she's extremely busy and probably still forgetful at this point. So
yeah,
I just don't want to turn, like, I have a relationship outside of like this with her and I don't want to push it so that she's awkward around me whenever we do pictures again next year.
When I would approach it as to you're doing her a favor and trying to save her money and say, hey, it doesn't matter to me if you're not ready to purchase or whatever. I just want to let you know the sale period's over. Like, she would do the same thing if she was doing a photography special. So
right.
That way.
Okay. So good point.
Yeah. All right, girls. Thank you for tonight. I'm so glad that you're here. Candace, I didn't hear from you. You doing okay?
They're crazy right now, so I had to keep it muted. Like they've destroyed the living room right now.
Nice. I saw your date night shopping spree.
I'm like, they're not crying, so.
Hey.
No blood. We're good.
I was trying to film a video earlier, and Finn came in here and turned on the Vitamix in the background. I was like, oh, great. This is a live video. This is so, anyway. You're doing well? You're doing okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
We're just busy.
Good.
Life is busy.
Yeah, I can tell. All right, guys. Well, I'll plan for a call next week, and then we can discuss if we want to do a different day or if we want to do every other week or just wait until January, whatever you want to do. I just want to make sure that I get the calendars to you and you guys know what schedule we're going to be on and everything. So think about it. Think about if every other week sounds okay to you guys, and we'll kind of get everybody back. I don't know what to do about combining the groups at this point. I'm going to have to talk with Cassie and just kind of see where we're headed. And I'm hoping after the new year things will pick up again and we won't have the problem of the crickets in the background. So, but yeah, keep posting in your groups and everything and just make sure, just like we said at the beginning, just make sure you're doing what is best for you guys and people will follow suit. All right. All right, guys. Have a great night. I'll talk to you soon. If you have any questions or anything, let me know, and we'll plan for meetings in January to kind of go over our goals.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.